Headlines.
Entertainment.
Sports.
It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it is 11 minutes after the hour. Got your front page right here. Maria, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Ricky. The front page is being brought to you by Olay. Better skin for your body wash. Try Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash and Lotion Olay Body. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. Of course, the top story this morning is about Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills, who remains in critical condition following a heart attack during last night's game. Rock T will have more details shortly inside sports. In politics, Republicans take control of the House today, but they must first elect a House Speaker. Representative Kevin McCarthy still doesn't have the support he needs from Republicans to take the spot. All action in Congress, even the swearing in of new members, could be on hold. Meanwhile, George Santos, a Republican from New York, is set to take his House seat tomorrow, as he is being accused of telling lies about his background. In other news, a major storm barreling across the country is bringing the risk of strong tornadoes and flooding to the south, and ice and snow in the plains and upper Midwest today. Over 2 million people were under tornado watches, parts of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Oklahoma as of Monday night. Lastly, y'all, it's a new year. Do you have health goals? Make sure you are drinking plenty of water in 2023. According to a National Institute of Health study, drinking enough water is associated with a significantly lower risk of developing chronic diseases and even early death. Get more on these stories and other headlines. Visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening in news. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Man, like you said, Maria, there's only one thing to talk about. That's Damar Hamlin. He's still currently in critical condition. He suffered a cardiac arrest last night, Monday Night Football versus Cincinnati Bengals. They had to give him CPR on the field. That's when it got real serious. His heartbeat was restored, but before he left the field in the ambulance. And, I just want to say this, man. We all know playing football is a very violent sport. We always talk about how some of the rules have changed. They kind of softened the game, but this is one of the examples of why. And my son's 13. And he's never come to me and said, hey, I want to play football, but he enjoys playing football just kind of recreationally. But I never pushed him hard because of everything that's going on. And a lot of these players nowadays, they're playing 5, 6, 7, 8 years tops, and they're getting out of there. They're trying, to get the money to provide for their family and get stable, and then they're retiring early out of nowhere because of these types of injuries.
I saw the hit. It just seemed like a regular tackle.
It was.
When that receiver caught the ball, and I know he lowered his shoulder because I was sitting there watching.
Yeah, it was a regular hit.
Right.
Nothing. It wasn't to the head. It would hit him in his chest, his heart.
Right. I was watching a doctor on CNN last night explaining the situation, how his heart beat when he got that hit at the moment that his heart was at a particular point that, it's a very rare thing that kind of an injury could occur. But you can go on YouTube and look at the medical doctors that are commenting on what happened. It's a very rare situation.
Well, I hope he be okay.
Absolutely. We all praying for him, man.
Keep praying for him, so. There we go. Gary, what's going on, my brother?
Oh, okay. All right, y'all. She's debt-free in 23. Tori Spelling, y'all, they're saying that she finally, settled her $87,000 credit card debt, honey, after the bank, honey, demand that the L.A. Sheriff Office forced to start a pay. How could they do that to Tori?
$87,000? That ain't no money to her.
And the sheriff, they forced the sheriff to take that girl money. Now they're saying, y'all, that Tori has finally settled her $87,000 credit card debt after the bank demanded that the Los Angeles Sheriff's Office forced the start of pay up. Now they're saying Miss Tori, 49.
Tori who?
Tori Spelling. I'm gonna tell you about her in a minute.
Aaron Spelling daughter.
Yes, honey. She was sued by American Express Centurion Bank for unpaid credit card bills under the amount of $87,594.55 back in October of 2016. Now they're saying that the U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal that the lien was officially released by Los Angeles courts in April of 2022, meaning that the debt had been paid off. Now they're saying this came after the bank filed a series of writ of executions requesting that the Los Angeles Sheriff's Office enforce that she paid the judgment. I thought if you don't pay your bills here, they just put it on your credit. What happened to that?
No, American Express handled it a little different.
Really?
Yeah.
These girls say we want our money. Now, if y'all know
You have to pay American Express every month.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. Ain't no just
End of
putting
the
a little
month.
bit down. You
Right.
pay it all
All
by
of
the
that.
end of the month.
Yeah, Miss Neiman Marcus will let you do that.
Yeah, she'll
but
let you
not
pay.
American.
She said you could pay a little, but Miss American Express said, "Cause we need it all at one time." Like you got it all at one time. So that's what she said. But if you don't know who Tori Spelling is, her daddy was Aaron Spelling, one of the biggest executive producers in Hollywood. Her family had the largest house in Hollywood.
Didn't he do Dallas and Knots
He
Landing
did
and
everything.
Hotel, all
He
the
did Beverly
shows.
Hills 90210 that she was on and all that. And now when Aaron died, her mama Candy said, "Girl, you didn't get it from your daddy?"
Ooh.
She said, "I'm not giving it to you." Her mama give her nothing.
So she didn't inherit a dollar?
Well, she may have got a couple of pennies, but they were billionaires always, and her mama didn't give her no money.
Yeah.
Told her, "Now you should have
Probably grew up spoiled and entitled.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom was like, I'm gonna get you back.
Yeah.
She sure did. And she got her back, y'all. So Aaron done paid her coins, honey. Now she is debt free, y'all. So her $87,000 is paid.
Okay.
So now she got to do another movie or something. So hope her mama die and leave in the will. But anyway, I mean,
what?
oh yeah.
Oh my God.
You said if her mama died.
If she died.
Okay.
You said hope.
Clean it up.
The cologne today is one of my favorite colognes. My cologne today, y'all, is chocolate mousse. On the high end, you say chocolate mousse, and on the low end, you say beautiful brown. That's your cologne for today. Brad, what you got coming up in Hot Spot?
Coming up next in the Hot Spot, Prince Harry explains why he and Meghan chose to speak out. And I'm going to tell you all about it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 29 minutes after the hour, y'all. Time for the Hot Spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, just ahead of his memoir, Spare, Prince Harry sat down with Anderson Cooper for a 60-minute interview, and in the clip he shared that he explains why he and Meghan Markle handled their issues with the British royal family in a public manner. The Duke of Sussex said that he tried to deal with the matter privately, but he said, every time I try to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife. He said, the family motto is never complain, never explain. He said it's just a motto. But he also added, well, we were told for the last 6 years we can put out a statement to protect you, but they never did it. They did it for other family members. He said it becomes a point where silence is betrayal. The full interview is set to air on Sunday, January 8th. And this next thing is real rough for me, so excuse me. Reports say, y'all, that there is no foul play suspected in the death of Memphis rap legend Gangsta Boo, who was found dead at her home on New Year's Day. She was only 43, and according to WREG Memphis, her friend Delmar Lawrence said that she had so many plans in the works for 2023. He explained that she loved what she wanted to do, and she also had so many plans. He said he revealed that she was depressed recently after losing her father. He said she lost her father, and that was a very big low blow for her. She was a daddy's girl, and it was many nights I prayed with her and just talked her through her grief. So I'm glad to know that she's at peace. He added, the world only knew her gift, but they didn't know her heart, and she had the biggest heart and loved very hard, and her friends and family who know her, they all knew that. So R.I.P. to Gangsta Boo.
So, Brad, you had like you knew her.
Absolutely. Yeah. I knew Gangsta Boo. It just caught everybody off guard. Like, what?
Yeah, when I seen that, I was like, get out of here.
Yeah, and on her porch. I
didn't realize she was so young.
I don't really know what happened, but I just know
Brett,
she was
a lot of
found
people
on
been
her
having
porch.
like massive heart attacks and brain aneurysm and strokes and stuff, man, at a young age, just passing away just randomly. You like it seems like these days you just don't have to be old anymore.
You don't.
Yeah, it's just so sad. And somebody had sent me something on Drink Champs where she said that she looked up to me, and me and Lil' Kim were like her, inspired by us. And every time I would see Gangsta Boo, she was always so sweet. It's just rough. It's just crazy because she was only 43 years old.
Right.
And that's just a hard pill to swallow. And she did a song recently they used her sample recently for a Glorilla and Lotto song.
Right.
And Glorilla from Memphis, and they labeled Gangsta Boo the Queen of Memphis. So it was dope. She was a great person, and it's just sad. 43. And then she was getting ready to put out new music, and she was super duper excited about what she was doing. So let's just keep sending prayers and condolences to her family, y'all. Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, what we got? Who we got next? Special K?
We don't know.
Special K looking away like
Special
what?
K don't know either.
Special K got news you positively absolutely cannot use.
We got the wake up calls. He looking like we don't have that.
And what's the number?
It's 8669 Ricky. Hit us up for them wake up calls at 8669 RICKEY. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning. We got the what?
The mystery meal up next.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Happy New Year 2023 is here. And I know y'all listeners out there, we miss y'all, man. I know y'all because I was seeing all the email. We miss y'all when y'all coming back. Well, we back.
Yes, sir.
Call everybody, tell them turn on the radio. We are back. Maria, what's up?
Man, the new year, that's what's up. Day 3 of the new year, is your resolution still intact, or did you even make any resolutions? Ricky, a poll leading up to the new year found 37% of us are planning to make a resolution this year. Another 17% said they might. So here are the top 10, well actually the top 8 resolutions of 2023 according to the poll. Number 1, saving money and paying off debt. That's, right. Yeah. Being healthier in general. A lot of folks, always excited, drinking a lot of water on the first. And then it's back to anyways. Work out more. Eat better. Lose some weight. This is all variations of being healthier. Try to be happier in general.
Got to.
That's a really big one. Spending more time with family, was a resolution there. Yeah. And learning something new. Yeah. So the poll also found that no one who makes a resolution expects to fail at it. But by week 2 or 3, it's like, never mind. Yeah. So have y'all made resolutions?
I didn't this year. Did anybody make a resolution this year?
I don't make resolutions anymore, man. I just set goals.
Yeah.
Right.
I set my goals and then I commit to achieve those goals, period.
I said I was going to become a pescatarian. And I just blew it.
Now, what is that?
When you eat only fish
definitely
and
eating
seafood.
bacon
I just
over
blew
there.
it because I just ate bacon and sausage. And said, you know what? Don't even worry about it.
Already over on the 3rd.
Don't even worry about it.
You can do a week.
We ain't even 3 hours into the 3rd. I messed it up already.
Brett, what do you have?
I need to try to spend more time with my loved ones that I care for that I don't get to see and talk too much. Like,
right.
With people passing away like this, like, it make you be like, oh man, like, I wish I would have reached out to Gangsta Boy, kept in touch with her. Like, just people are getting up out of here quick, and I just feel like I need to run down my phone and just hit people with a, hey, I love you, or I miss you, we got to link soon, or something, or let's just call each other or something.
Gary, did you have one?
I don't never make resolutions and all that, but I said this year, after today, I was gonna probably eat more salads, so I want to have more.
Okay. Are you talking about the one at Olive Garden or?
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, baby.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Hey, Gary, you notice when Maria read that commercial, she got trying to do, did a little extra, little make me want to go to We Fix Money. Mm-hmm. Read the hell out of that.
Yeah, made you forget you was already rich and you don't need them, right? I'm kidding. They really do come through for people.
Yes, make you forget.
Almost made you forget. Almost.
What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in the celebrity news. This is a rickety story when it was happening last year. It saddened my heart when a father and a son just fight publicly, y'all. Oh. And I know it's a couple of daddies and sons fighting, or somebody raised the son as a dad, and then the dad went back on. But anyway, y'all, it's being reported, y'all, that Master P and his son Romeo, y'all, they are back together again. Good. They work things out, y'all, because baby Romeo let Master P have it, said, yeah, you took my money, you mismanaged it. Well, now, honey, he's saying on social media, quote, here you go. In order to be used, honey, you have to be willing to be misunderstood and humiliated sometimes. Look at now, they put the Bible
now,
in
who's
there.
saying this?
This is what Romeo is saying to his daddy. He said, Noah, honey, was marked for building the boat. Jarius, y'all, showed us that sometimes we have to be willing to walk through the dead places so that God, honey, could show us how he can, honey, use every situation. Now, every situation, he said, no one ever thought that little David, y'all, could defeat the giant. And we all know, honey, the mistreatment of Jesus. He said, honey, my point. He said, I'm willing to fall, honey, on my sword, honey, for mine. He said, it was never about parent versus child or this false narrative, honey, or that it was about doing whatever had to be done for the growth of my family. He said, today, December the 31st, which he did this the other day, he said, me and my father, honey, Master P, had very hard, honey, conversation. Ironically, y'all, outside in the rain. They was in the rain, Ricky, holding this conversation.
Yeah.
He said, but in order for any generation, y'all, to grow, he said, that communication has to be had and reciprocated on both sides. He said, the good, the bad, and the ugly. No matter the journey ahead, our family can truly begin to heal. And I believe, honey, that many others will use our story as an example to learn from. He said, what a way to close the year. He said, live, love, and on the door, forgive.
And what?
He said, V-I-V-R-E, what that mean? Verbriv. He said, that means live in African, I guess. Little more, that means love. He said, at the door, forgive. No, this is what he put out there. He was letting y'all know, honey, he knows some other language, honey. So then there goes Master P, y'all. He thought about it. He said, well, you know what? Happy New Year, y'all. He said, it's all about forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead, pressing forward to go. He said, Philippians, y'all know Philippians 3:13.
Yeah.
As a parent, I'm growing, taking self-accountability and educating my family and the next generation. He said, love takes growth and forgiveness. He said, seek God first and everything else, honey, will fall into place. He said, and to all of my kids, he said, we got.
We all we got.
Yeah. So I wonder if Bow Wow gonna do that to Jermaine Dupri, gonna send something like that.
Oh God.
There you go.
There you go. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
do you think?
Jermaine Dupri don't need him to say nothing to him.
You know.
And vice versa. They fine.
They fine.
The water's off.
The water's off.
The water's off.
The water's off, baby. There's no more bills.
The water's off.
Oh wow. That's a new one we're gonna use for 2023, Brett.
I love that.
The water's off.
Yeah.
My friend just said, I'm gonna turn your water off.
You have to say it calmly, like the water's
The water's off.
The water's off.
Like
That's a new one. Now, basically, when you saying the water's off, that means like we good. We're done.
Yeah.
The water, and ain't no turning the water. It's off.
It's off.
Sound like a bill collector.
That water didn't get turned off over there, honey, with Master P and Lil Chromeo. They didn't turn the water off, but this is what his off.
Wow.
There was no drink.
Well, at least they back together, Gary.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, after all that public humiliation, you talked about your daddy took your money and all that stuff. Now you're backpedaling because your daddy said, your water gonna be off. That's what Master P told him.
Unless he probably heard that song "Dancing with My Father" again by Luther Vandross.
You know what?
Yeah, that always make you reflect or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, that would do it. So, but it's sad, but we're so glad they're back together again and everybody's happy, y'all, honey.
Romeo wouldn't dance with his father. Men don't dance together.
Luther Vandross
said, "It's dancing with my father again."
I heard that song, but did Luther Vandross ever dance with his father?
Maybe he's saying he wish he had got the opportunity to dance with his father, but he died.
Two men don't dance together like
Brad.
Side to side, two step. Snap. Boom. Snap.
Lean with it.
Hey.
Rock with it. Lean with it. Okay, I got you. I just thought about
That's all right. Yeah. Why we playing it though? Okay, Dave. That's a sad song. Cut it off. But anyway, in another story, y'all, honey, R&B singer baby Summer Walker gave birth to twins, y'all.
Yeah.
And she had help from a doula. That was about to help her deliver those babies.
What does a doula do?
Pull the babies out.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she helped deliver the baby.
Talking about Erica. Yeah, she does. She helped deliver babies.
Delivers the child.
Yeah.
It's a more holistic way of having a baby. Yeah.
If you can't afford to go to the hospital, you have a doula.
No, doulas are expensive. Yeah.
Really? Oh,
especially if it's Erykah Badu.
Yeah. Well, honey.
I couldn't imagine.
She's been doing it for years.
She's been doing it for years. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, honey. Mr. Eric, was she not making her?
I'll never forget, I was talking to her on the phone once. She said, I'm calling you back. I'm about to deliver a baby. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. And I didn't know. I thought it was a relative. Then I found out later that she helped deliver babies.
Yeah.
Oof, okay.
Yeah, was she not calling Tyrone? She's a doula.
She did do for Tiana Taylor too.
Yeah.
That's awesome, right?
Okay. The Kahlua that is one of my favorite. My Kahlua has mousse chocolate. On the high end, just say mousse chocolate. On the low end, just say beautiful brown. That's your Kahlua for today.
Y'all give it up again with the team.
Pull it out, Erica. Pull it out.
All right, y'all. 12 minutes after the hour, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Time for the wake-up call. Get at your boy 8669 Ricky. Here we go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hey. Get yourself together. You up this morning, doing your house shoes up with Big Daddy. Wake up, wake up, encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know what's going on.
Wake up!
Justin Jackson. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. Good morning to my sons. Get y'all butt up and get ready to go to school. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
My name is Raven, calling out of Louisville, Kentucky. We're trying to wake up my family in East St. Louis, Illinois. Mom, wake up, wake up, wake up. Papa, it's time to take the trash out.
It's Rick from Goldsboro. Wake up, Diane and Jacob, my two. It's a new year, 2023. Wake up.
This is Mia Mims from Indianapolis, Indiana. Wake up, wake up, wake up to the Millers family. Tracina, Ryan, Ilea, Elise, and Isley. Have a good one. Happy New Year.
Hi, this is Barbara James calling from New Waverly, Texas. I call to say Happy New Year to the Rickey Smiley Morning.
Happy New Year!
Wake up. Let's go. Chattanooga. Wake up. In Shreveport. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. West Jackson. Wake up. Savannah. Wake up. In Charleston. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Appreciate it, Brett.
You're welcome, Rickey.
All right, 29 minutes after the hour, y'all. It is about that time for Techie Tuesday with the one and only, the Beyonce Allo Wishes. What up, B?
Okay, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So, now, Maria was talking about New Year's resolutions, right?
Uh-huh.
And we're all, especially me, I know personally, I might even go to Maria's dance class later today, but we're trying to get healthy. So like, there's a lot of new like health apps, health gadgets and everything that you guys need. So I don't know if you've seen this, Maria, but it's called the Vaha Fitness Mirror. And so what it is, it's like a mirror that goes up against your wall and you actually look at yourself. You have personal trainers. You really should kind of get in on this, but like they train you while you're in your mirror and like you're going live. Now, it's a little on the pricey side. It's probably one of the more impressive mirrors, but it'll run you about $1,000. Huh? I know, but listen, by the time you pay for gyms and everything else, it's in your home. You don't have to go out there. So it's definitely worth the investment for your health. So very, very cool. Now, there's a lot of people out there who are suffering from heart issues. You know, you're getting older, you're over 30, you're over 40. A lot of people with diabetes and different things like that. You might have this thing called atrial fib or just, irregular heartbeats. Well, we've always talked about iPhone and the different apps that are coming out of your phone. Well, this one is called the Cardia Alive Core. It's an ECG monitor. So say you go to the hospital, right? And you're like, hey, I'm having chest palpitations. My heart is racing. You basically just go, cause you've been, when you had those issues and they put all those stickers on you.
Yes,
this
sir.
is basically like a portable one that you can carry in your hand, in your pocket.
Oh, you're talking about the EKG? You put your two damn fingers on there and you can check your heart with your phone.
Right. Yeah, and you can send the whole ECG to your doctor. You can see what's going on, make sure you don't have any arrhythmias. So tech has definitely gone a long way from you having
and
to
that
go.
stuff prevents strokes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And all of that stuff that lead to other stuff.
Yes.
Absolutely. You got the little thing and you program it to your phone and you put your fingers on it and it take your pulse and you can send that to your doctor.
So the doctor can prevent you from having a stroke?
Well, you prevent it yourself by taking the test and then the doctor say, hey, come in or he'll call you in a prescription or you need to come in because you got an irregular heartbeat.
It can tell things like that can tell if you're having any kind of heart issues, arrhythmias, even heart attacks, like stuff like that. So, it's definitely cool to check out. Again, it's called the Cardia Alive Core ECG monitor. You know, if you already have heart issues or you just want to make sure preventative care, keep it on the go with you have elderly people, something cool to have. And then last but not least, I think this is very cool. So anxiety has plagued a lot of people over the past 2 years. And so people are trying to like meditate more. You know, you're trying to find peace. I'm not really good at meditation, so I want to try this out. It's called the Mind Nap. Now, what it is, it's like a little personal square you can put in your pocket, right? And it's similar to the ECG monitor. It monitors your finger, and it can like tell your stress levels. So like when you're meditating, it can tell if you're meditating properly. It gives your fingers vibrations like, okay, you need to relax a little bit more. It can check your rhythms, your breathing. It has like breathing training because, you know, breathing affects a lot of things, whether all your hormone levels, right, how you get relaxed. So definitely your cortisol levels. So very cool thing, very affordable. It's probably about $50. Great gift for somebody, especially in 2023 while you're trying to work on our health and less anxiety, less stress, and be more focused and present. And
well, that'll be good for men, but because the ladies, they got the rose.
Well, that is your Techie Tuesday upload this Tuesday. I'm your girl Beyonce Aloysius.
Thank you for that, Beyonce. We appreciate that.
I'm not listening to any of them. If you want more information, I appreciate you for signing up. You can hit me up at Beyonce ATL Twitter.
That rose ought to be illegal.
Anyway, Beyonce ATL Twitter, Instagram. Thank you so much.
How can they find you, Beyonce?
I just said it, Beyonce ATL, but I'll say it again because
you ever stole your girl's rose? Oh man. I'm down 27.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm just sitting there looking at it.
I shot my wife's rose.
Oh, damn, Rose.
Don't worry about it.
I'm just thinking of Outkast song. I know you like a thing.
And I think about
Roses really smell like boo boo boo.
Hey, it is 2023, y'all. Hey, I hope y'all having a safe drive to work, man. Everybody, y'all, hey, we back. We back. What up, John?
I'm good, man. You don't know, just turning all the way up on a Tuesday, of course. You me share me up on Instagram at JAH Lion Zone.
John, man. Hey, man, we are live in the studio in the DF Dub. What up, boy? Savannah, go on, shout out to HBCU.
Yo, definitely big up Savannah State, the best college, the best university in the whole of America, man. Big up Savannah State, yo.
HBCU.
Actually, they're number 2. FAMU's number 1. Florida A&M Rattlers. Shout out to my Tallahassee fam.
And we'll pass on that. The Alabama State University / Miles College / Tuskegee. Got all the HBCU. We got a whole lot of HBCU vibes up here, man. Thank you, John, for that mix, man.
Yeah, my pleasure, my Ricky.
Yes, sir. What do you say, Rock?
Hey, yeah, my pleasure, my Ricky.
Well, y'all petty this morning. Let's go to the phone. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Who is this?
I want to say good morning. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. This Black Tony right here.
Where you at, dog?
I want to apologize to you and the morning show for Brett and Gary and Rock T and Maria and everybody for not being there this morning.
It's not a good way to start off.
I know, Shawty, but look, please listen, because I need your prayers right now. I need you to pray. Look, Shawty, they want my attention not to be there. It was not my intention not to be there. I had every intention to be there. But look, Dr. Carter's gonna come over here and pick me up.
Yeah.
And
they're gonna pick you up.
He's gonna go take me to the hospital.
To the hospital?
Yeah.
For what, Black Tony?
To do you like this.
What happened?
I've been doing good. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking. I did everything.
Big round. Hold on.
That's wonderful.
That's a big round.
Congratulations, Black Tony.
I don't drink no more. Because I want to be good I want my health to be good for 2023.
Yeah.
And then over the weekend, I started having real bad cramps in my stomach, and I thought it was just on my head. But now, and I talked to Dr. Carter.
Talk to Dr. Carter, yeah.
This is unbelievable right now with what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
And I just need everybody just to... I got to get a surgery this month.
What kind of surgery?
They said it's very rare. I got to get a hysterectomy.
A hysterectomy?
Yo, they said that you don't really too often see this in men. But they said that's the only thing that's gonna save my life. I'm scared right now.
So you gotta get it.
So you have reproductive organs. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, Maria. I ain't no doctor. I'm just saying. They said I gotta get it hysterectomy. And they said I'll be straight after that. I'll be back to work in a couple of days.
So if you gotta get a hysterectomy, you're not Black Tony, you Black Tanya.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We just had a whole, stand up, Gary. Put this is a switch on the side of your chair. Let your chair back up. We just had a whole emergency in here, Super Dave. I apologize. Oh my God. Gary, what is going on? Gary, it is 20. You can't start 2023 out. Okay, we just had a moment, Brett. Okay. I keep lotion. I keep Kerry lotion. K-E-R-I, which is good, creamy lotion. Gary, your ankles, you got on nice Gucci shoes.
Yeah, but.
And then you got on some red pants and your ankles are white.
And he ain't wearing socks.
And Maria just lotioned down his ankles. Like that was a real.
That was a godly deed I did right there.
And then your feet. And then you got to go get your pedicure because you paint your toenails. But like, yeah, what are you going through?
But I'm gonna be honest with you, my heels have been scratching my sheets. Have been tearing up.
That's because you need
Go get
you need Vaseline.
Come on to the mic, Brett. Say what?
You need to put some Vaseline on them and just cake it on real thick and then put some sweat socks on.
Oh, could I just say?
And it'll be soft by in the morning.
Yeah.
You have to keep it moisturized.
You what, Brett?
Put a plastic
Get some Vaseline intensive care.
Yeah.
And you put a glob of it on there, just thick, real thick. Like when it was cold outside in Chicago, you put it all on your face real thick so your face don't crack. You gotta do the same thing for your feet. You gotta put it on real thick.
Don't even get the Vaseline brand.
Socks.
They got the new Vaseline. They add cocoa butter in it nowadays.
That too.
Gary, please, can we do that tomorrow? We're going to go get the stuff for you.
I'm going to call Instacart right now.
Go to the doctor.
Go to Instacart, let them bring it up here. And then put your foot in a Ziploc bag and then put a sock over it.
Yes.
That's a lie.
Yeah, because if your feet tearing up the sheets or whatever, you can't do that to B.E. James. Y'all been together for some years.
But honestly, Ricky, who feels like bending over to put lotion on their feet?
Okay, you bend over for other things. Should have not been over put that damn lotion on you.
Your feet have no hydration. You have
your
no
whole body crusty.
Yeah, as long as my hands and my face is lotion. That's what y'all see. That's it.
So you don't lotion up no other part of your body?
Yeah, you can't go out like that. We ain't gonna let you do that. You can't do that.
Crusty booty ain't attractive.
I always lube it up. I was doing something. I was sitting down and putting on good underwear.
We're not talking about that part.
But Gary, just lotion up. Just sit down on the edge of the bed and just take your time and just lotion up.
Get in your clothes. The
it ain't gonna get in your clothes. It's not gonna get in you. Gary, just please don't do this to us.
Well, sorry.
You're coming around people, man. You don't have on any socks. Yeah. You can't start 2023. We talked about this.
I know. It's time. Honestly, it's time consuming for me. I'm not going to sit here and put on clothes and then bend down there and you gotta lift your leg to put your lotion on your feet. That's too much.
Okay, Gary, but just try.
Sit down on the bed and do it while you're sitting down.
Right. Yeah. Say what, Brett?
You can sit on the bed and sit down and just do it.
He can't get past that stomach.
Yeah. That's why all the shoes be tied to the side, like what Bruce said. hey, Bruce did that joke one time. Bruce was talking about how when you're big, you have to tie your shoe. They be tied to the side. I went and looked on the front row. All the fat dudes that was sitting on the front row laughing. All their shoes were tied to the side.
Yeah, honey. I'm a wonder you. That's why I buy shoes with no strings. Ain't nobody got time to be lacing up no damn strings. Honey, I just slide my feet on in those girls and go. That's what you do. Anyway, girls. Anyway, let me tell y'all something, honey. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Lamar Odom, y'all, he said he was embarrassed, honey, after cheating on his beautiful wife, Khloe Kardashian. Now, he talked last night, honey. He was on TMZ Presents Lamar Odom, Sex, Drugs, and Kardashian. And, he was saying some things that was very touching, He said that, he had these random women, y'all, just coming out of rooms at one time, 3 or 4 women at a time. He said because he he was just going through some stuff and just, I guess he was depressed, he was doing drugs and he just was cheating on Khloe. He said, you know what? Your wife is Khloe Kardashian, honey, you bugging. He said, I'm like laughing out of embarrassment right now. He said, like how you thought you was going to get away, honey, with that one. He said, now according to sources, they say Khloe has tried to distance herself from his new show and did not want him to do it in the first place, y'all. You know, he said, you know, he wanted to do it because he wanted the people to know, you know, what went down with him. But my question is, how could a man, Ricky, how could y'all men have 3 or 4 women at a time? What is that about? What? I can't understand.
It goes back to Africa.
Is that what it got done?
Back when the kings had King Solomon and stuff, all that's connected to our roots. When King Solomon, how many wives?
He had 900 wives.
Had 900 wives. Mm-hmm. So we done got it all the way down to 1. So it's room for 3.
You know what?
So you just honoring your ancestors.
Absolutely.
Basically.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I went to Ancestry.com and I'm connected all the way back to King Solomon.
Oh, wow.
He had 900 wives, but you know, but we done got it all the way down to 1, so it's going back up.
Yeah. How many you got now?
What, wives? I don't have no wives. But,
exactly.
But I'm saying, exactly. I can understand the energy and the vibe because when you got somebody
no woman over here in the United States is going for that.
Well, that's why a couple of us moving to Africa. Immediately.
Well, take your African booty scratch hands on over there.
Exactly.
Like, you is tripping. Ain't no women going for that. Y'all already know.
Oh, man.
Child, please, honey, that's a hot damn.
I'll be busy, but I can handle it. I can handle it.
You think you can?
What? That's not a good thing to say. You talking about chaos and you don't like chaos. Yeah. That is too much to have to do.
5 women in your house at one time.
Yeah, I know. So everybody, we're going to have a talk. So, hey, everybody chill out. Calm down. I'm going to spend time with everybody.
No, you
okay?
Not.
Look, we're going to put a schedule up.
Yeah, you need
a schedule up, right? You, all right, I have you at 7 o'clock. You order the Rhino pills. You order the honey packs. You got to give everybody a job.
The color today is mouse honey chocolate. On the high end, you say moose chocolate. On the low, you say beautiful brown. That's a hot damn mess.
Take Nick Cannon's class.
Say right.
Nick Cannon's class.
Yes, sir. If Nick Cannon can do it, so can I. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. Well, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. All right, listen, we got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier on, with us this morning. Last night across the country, people watched as Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills collapsed and was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. So we're talking about that this morning. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley, and Happy New Year to you. I'm so sorry that it's under these circumstances. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Damar Hamlin, and we hope that he has a good outcome from this.
Now Dr. Collier, I know you was watching the game because you are obsessed with football. Was you watching the game?
Yes, and it was just amazing. It was nothing. It was just a casual hit. There was nothing unusual about it. It just happened to be right in the chest, and, you know, during the cardiac cycle when your heart is beating, that is an electrical phenomenon that triggers the heart to beat. And he just happened to get caught at the right time, in milliseconds, and it just stopped his heart.
Okay, so Dr. Collier, when they said that he had a pulse, but he was not able to breathe on his own, do that make any sense? And what caused that?
I'm sure that at one point he was pulseless, and then they gave him the CPR and was able to get his heart rate back. And it's just, when you get the shortness of breath like that and you can't breathe, it means your heart is not pumping efficiently enough to move oxygen from your lungs to your brain and your other body tissues. So he was being challenged to try to, survive, basically, at that point. And then here we have a superior athlete in excellent, outstanding physical condition, susceptible to the same issues that all African Americans are, disproportionately affected by cardiovascular disease, and black people die from heart attacks and strokes. So this is a problem. And, here he was doing what he's always done in practices and in excellent physical condition. He just happened to get hit at the exact time that was necessary to cause a cardiac arrhythmia or for his heart to arrest.
And the latest that's out is that his vital signs are back to normal, and they have put him to sleep to put a breathing tube down his throat, and they're still currently taking tests. So I guess that's good news, right, Dr. Collier?
Well, that is good news. They put him in a medically induced coma, one, because it's very unpleasant and uncomfortable to have a breathing tube down your throat. You'll fight it because it's just a natural impulse to do so. That causes adrenaline to make your blood pressure go up and your heart to beat faster. So they just, put you to sleep is the common term, so that you're not fighting that. You're allowing the breathing machine, the respirator, to do the breathing for you, so your body can rest, relax, and enhance and recuperate. So I'm glad to hear that his vital signs are good, but he is in no way out of the woods yet. When you have had a cardiac arrest for any period of time, but particularly for the period of time he had, there's been damage done. And so the question is, how much will he be able to recuperate?
But Dr. Colley, he should be breathing on his own, right? I know they have him on a breathing machine, but if he was not breathing on his own last night laying on the field, how do they correct that? I guess that's my question.
Well, they're just allowing, again, the machine to do the breathing for him right now, and hoping that once they try to wean him off of it, that he's able to resume normal breathing on his own, and that the quality of breathing is sufficient enough to oxygenate his brain and his other vital organs. So it's a process, and they are going through it, and he's going through it. And again, we'll be hearing updates about this all day. But again, he is not again out of the woods. I don't want everybody to think it's all good. Now it's not. He's in the process. He's in the early process of hopefully recovering from this. But when a person goes into a cardiac arrest, that is you basically are dead, and they bring you back. And so they brought you back. Now the question is, how far back are you going to come?
Yeah, go ahead.
When they shocked him, was it to help restart his rhythm? Like, how sometimes they have to stop your heart in order to get the rhythm back on track?
Yes. Again, if the heart was fibrillating, you can be in atrial fibrillation, you can be in ventricular fibrillation. In other words, the heart is still, instead of it pumping efficiently, it's just kind of wiggling like a bag of worms, so it's not pumping blood. So they reset. It's like resetting your computer or anything else that's electrical. They shock it, it resets, and he fortunately was able to get back into normal rhythm. But the point is how long he was out. And, when your brain is not getting oxygenated, brain tissue starts to die on every second. You're losing brain tissue and vital brain tissue that won't come back. And so the post-op of this is that you'll get edema of the brain. When brain tissue dies, you get swelling of the brain, and that won't happen to the second or third day. And that is the problem. You do well until you don't do well. Again, I've had this happen to patients, and you get a false sense of security because they improve initially. But then, knowing what's going to happen or what could happen anyway, you're concerned about that edema of the brain. And I'm very sure you're going to hear about that in the next day or so.
Yeah, that's the question I was going to ask, just the timing in terms of how long the brain can go without oxygen before there's any, potentially permanent damage. That's what I think a lot of people were concerned about.
It's like minutes, I think.
Right. Yeah, minute-to-minute basis. But 6 minutes is a point where you really start to do some substantive and significant damage. And what I understand, he was out longer than that, over 10 minutes. And then even once they brought him back, he was not functioning appropriately. He was just being transported to the hospital. He survived the ride and was able to get there and be, appropriately resuscitated and then put on the appropriate support mechanisms, including the breathing machine. But again, this is an acute situation. It's happening in real time. And we can just only, at this point, it's between him and our God and a variety of other things. Again, he can't be in any better physical shape than he was doing. So, that is the key. As far as I know, he doesn't have any diagnosed previously pre-existing conditions of a cardiac nature, or he wouldn't have been playing football. Right. So, this is the thing. But, sometimes you don't have it until you do. Everybody remembers the basketball player that was drafted, and, before he could even start his season.
Len Bias?
He had a heart attack practice. Yes. Yeah, Len Bias. He had a heart attack, and that undiagnosed, cardiomyopathy. So, so it can happen. But in this situation, this day and time, they do a pretty thorough physical exam on the athletes. So chances are if he was undiagnosed at this point, he probably didn't have anything pre-existing, but right now it's what's going on in real time.
So, Dr. Colley, you've been a doctor a long time, just on the outside looking in. What are your thoughts? Do you think he will recover?
Well, Ricky, we hope that he will recover. I never give bad prognoses because that's between, I've all the time thought something bad would happen and the miracle happened. Other times I thought everything was great and the miracle didn't happen and the person ultimately passes away. So we can just only hope and pray that he does good, but the situation is not good. Let's be clear on that.
Dr. Colley, can we get you to do a live on that? I think because a lot of people just I think it'd be so good if you do a live and break all of this stuff down because, you can do it in more detail, because people really want to know, and there's not a lot of medical doctors out here, giving information like that. But, we really appreciate you coming on at the very last second, to break this down because we are really worried. Everybody's like worried. I had to turn it off. I couldn't even watch it yesterday.
It was difficult to watch, wasn't it? It was difficult. See something like that happening in real time.
Especially
and they showed as much of it as they could comfortably do so. Then they stopped showing it. Hopefully you can see it now on YouTube. But it is, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch that process, and even for medical professionals.
Your son, my son, Rock T's son are all athletes, college athletes and high school athletes and stuff, and that stuff just so sensitive. You too, Maria,
Yeah, I mean, my son is almost the same age as me, so it hit home for me as a mother.
Yeah, so we all just kind of in shock this morning and pray. And then to see that live on TV, I'm talking about, I saw the play. Then I saw the replay. He stood up and then he collapsed. I didn't understand because after he made the hit, he jumped right back up.
Right.
He jumped right back up and then I didn't see the collapse. I saw the collapse on the replay, but I just saw the hit because I'm watching the game.
Absolutely. Everything.
I had the TV up loud like I'm into the game.
Everything looked normal.
Everything looked normal but that shows you how quickly, if the brain is not getting oxygenation and support, it puts you down. The body's natural response is to lay you down so that more blood can naturally flow to the brain and give you some support. So passing out or going down flat, at least, is the body's response to that. You see how quickly it happens. 3 seconds. 3 seconds he stood up and then he was down. So that's the countdown clock starts at that point as far as damage to the brain is concerned. Particularly, he was, doing aerobic activity, and the brain is in ultimate need at that point. It's not like you're just casually sitting around. So if you were, comfortably watching the game versus playing in it or any other exercise, then your oxygenation needs are less. So his oxygenation needs were very high at that point. And then once he was deprived, he just went down quickly. It was very difficult to watch.
Dr. Colley, let everybody know how you could be reached.
Okay, Ricky, you can reach me on all social media at AskASK.MJ. We're going to go into this more in depth tomorrow on Wellness Wednesday. We're going to get some insights and also to help you prevent from having this type of problem because everybody's making that New Year's Eve resolution. They want to go to the gym and they want to start trying to work out, and we want to make sure you don't hurt yourself or end up like this because of inappropriate preparation.
Wow, that's good information, Dr. Colley. Thank you for that. Brad said call her. Y'all been playing phone tag. I'm just playing.
I know. I've been calling, but I will call her. I'm going to call her right after I hang up with you.
He going to call you right now, Brad. All right, y'all. Love you, Dr. Colley.
Love you back. Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 8:13 minutes before the top of the hour. Hey, 2023, I'm just gonna do it. This is more of a testimony. I'm sure everybody out there is blessed or whatever. First of all, we just want to thank God for allowing us to see another year. Getting emotional because, man, November and December, man, it seems like it's a lot of death. Gary, I'm talking about people in their 40s. I've had cousins to pass away. I've had high school classmates to pass away. I'm talking about from people sitting in the car to people sitting at home, wasn't sick, wasn't in the hospital, had people pass away of cancer, and just to be able to wake up in clothes in your right mind. We just give God all the glory this morning. We ain't we ain't finna preach none of that stuff, but we just have to take a moment sometime and just give God the praise and just thank God for everything because God wants to be praised and he's worthy to be praised, and we just thank him. And I'm not talking about for no rich stuff. No, we just thank God for life, health, and strength. And we might not be where we want to be, but thank God we ain't where we used to be. And we serve a loving and awesome God, and he is so worthy to be praised. And that's why I thank God gave us this opportunity, because he knew before he even gave us this that we was going to uplift his name. And we just grateful and humble. I had a great experience. I just had to take a moment. I'm a new grandfather, but it didn't come easy. It didn't come, I was sitting at home about to have dinner, and I got a phone call. My daughter was like, I just went to the doctor for a checkup, and she was about to give birth 3 weeks later. She's like, they're not getting a heartbeat from the baby, and my blood pressure was high. So I'm talking about I'm running out of the house. Like, I'm really running out of the house and flying down 280 when I could have died on the highway trying to get to my daughter. Then I got up there to the women's facility where my daughter was and couldn't get in because I had left my ID in the car, and I begged the nurse. It was two black nurses, just show you how good God is. Just a small blessing. There was two black nurses back there. Said, hey, yes, he's good. We know him. Let him in. And I got to my daughter, saw my daughter sitting there with her mother, and shout out to my daughter's mother, who was just awesome and was just so caring, and they say, hey, we're gonna have to move your delivery up C-section, put you in front because this is an emergency. They say, who's going back? I said, no, let her go with her mother or whatever. I thought, let him in. And I got to my daughter, saw my daughter sitting there with her mother, and shout out to my daughter's mother, who was just awesome and was just so caring, and they say, hey, we're gonna have to move your delivery up C-section, put you in front because this is an emergency. They say, who's going back? I said, no, let her go with her mother or whatever. I thought that was important. They went on back. I went in my room, went in the room they told me to go in. I thought 7 minutes later, I thought they was bringing the baby bassinet in there to set up for everything. The baby was actually in there. And they put the baby in my arms, and I hold this baby that was just born or whatever, still had stuff in her eyes. But you holding this baby who you don't know and you love instantly, the baby staring at you, but it's another side of your brain, you ain't gonna get emotional, like, where is my daughter? Yeah. You understand? Where's my daughter? Is my daughter okay? And probably like maybe 45 minutes to an hour later, they brought it in there. You know, cause that's her baby. That's my granddaughter. That's her baby. Where's my daughter? You know what I'm saying? I went through, like, I can't tell you what that felt like, like, where's my daughter? They say they're working on her. They're trying to, like, I just didn't know with everything going on and so random and sudden, like, that was a real scare and a real moment. You're trying to be a loving grandfather, trying to love on the baby, trying to, you know what I'm saying? But your daughter's not in there. And I think the biggest blessing other than having that baby in my arm was watching them, roll my daughter in there, and she was okay. Yeah. And that was almost, what's the day? Tuesday? Tomorrow it would be a month. Why on the plane yesterday, it tore me up. I just could not stop crying on that flight yesterday. All of that trauma from my daughter, it just hit me yesterday. I done held on that for weeks. I've been with my daughter, been with the baby, spent time together, and that trauma just came to a head on that flight.
Yeah, sometimes it do that.
Brad, I was tore up like, they was like, the flight attendants like, sir, are you okay? Could not stop crying.
Because you was being so strong the whole time and holding it in for so long. It's gonna come out.
Right. So I just want to take a moment just to give God some praise, first of all. I want to thank God not just for my life, but everybody out there, like everybody that's suffering, every woman that have went through that and given birth over the holidays. Just had a little cousin, my little cousin Renee, just holding her granddaughter. Just saw that on Facebook. So we just thank God for life with everything going on. We thank God for the good. We thank God for the bad. We thank God for health and strength. And we just want to keep everybody that's suffering lifting up prayer, because a lot of people don't survive childbirth. And then the baby could have died. Baby, the umbilical cord was just around the neck. So I just want to play just a little bit of this before.
Come on now.
It's that time. Oh yeah, Brad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're bringing that into 23.
Oh,
did I hit it, Brent?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I put you saw, I heard that Jodeci.
I heard
yeah. And for all you ladies out there, thank you very much.
Floatasy.
You hit me in there. Say what?
Not Jodeci, but Floatasy.
Man, please. We ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. We got the one and only on the phone. Bring it in 2023. Kiki. Kiki.
What?
And you heard me hit that note. Did it sound good at the end of the song?
Yeah, that was the only part I liked it. So like, oh.
Yeah.
Boy.
Kiki, you bringing it? Happy New Year, Kiki.
Happy New Year, Ricky. Happy New Year, y'all. What's up,
What up, Kiki? Happy New Year, Kiki.
Oh, yeah. Happy New Year to you, too.
We gonna start the new year like that?
Boy, we never started. So, boy, bye.
Kiki, what's your New Year's resolution? What was your 2023 New Year's resolution?
To make a new bestie, cause I need a new one. I'm just sick and tired of going through the same thing every year. You know what I'm saying? Get on my nerves. I just need a reliable bestie. Somebody who can actually move around with me and flex on these hating little chicks. But I ain't got no bestie to do that. So.
Kiki, you ever thought about, like, getting you a car this year, getting your own car, your own transportation?
My own. Boy, long as I got an apartment, I'm straight. Long as I have somebody who can drop me off, pick me up, run me to the club, go to some boy's house with me, I'm straight. What I need with a car for when I walk everywhere?
Yeah,
God gave me 2 feet so I can get around. So thank you. Thank you.
Kiki, I mean, it might be a good opportunity to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Get you a car. Kiki, do you have driver's license?
Wow.
Kiki, you don't have driver's license, do you?
Used to. I had restricts.
What?
I had restricts. I can only drive in the daytime. The reason why I walk so much, because I'm too fat and bow-legged. Like, I'm fast. Who gonna try to holler at me when I'm sitting in a car? I'm bow-legged and fast. So I need to walk around so people can try to holler.
I'm with you.
So what happened to Fat Tasha? Y'all fell out?
No, we fall out. It's just, it took so long for us to make it back. We drove it up to New York trying to, you know what I'm saying, bring in the New Year. We should have been back, Ricky. Everybody stopping this girl because they thought she was the ball.
Wait a minute, say what?
Everybody kept stopping.
Everybody stopped her, asking for pictures and autographs, talking about, oh my God, I want to take a picture. I'm like, who's she supposed to be? They talking about, oh my God, I can't wait till you drop at midnight. Oh my God. How they think that Tasha is the damn ball?
Don't do her like that. Oh my God.
This girl took so many pictures. And I'm looking at her looking silly in the face right now over there teasing and grinning, thinking she's popular, thinking she's a superstar. What's over there grinning for?
Gary, they thought Fat Tasha was the ball.
This girl was the ball, man.
Hey. Rick, hey, good morning. Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year, Fat Tasha. Fat Tasha, you were taking pictures with everybody up there.
Everybody.
This girl was glittering, baby.
Hey, Fat Tasha, what's your hat on for them to think you was the ball?
Okay.
You are tickled, girl.
The reason they thought I was the ball because I had my back out. I wore this little New Year dress. It was like glitter, like white, but it's sequin with the back out. Back out. Everybody like, oh my God, look at that ball. Out the ball.
And then, girl. Baby, these girls thought you was the last ball.
What she didn't tell y'all. They put on some music. I took it to the floor.
Oh, you took it to the floor, man, Tasha?
I took it to the floor. They thought I basically the ball dropped.
What's up? Get out of bed.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
25 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. It's been brought to you by Reach Media. Cabins are moving fast for the Tom Joyner Foundation. Fantastic Voyage sailing 2023 on Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. Don't miss the boat. Go to fantasticvoyage2023.com for details. All right, Ricky, you know the top story this morning is about Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills, who remains in critical condition following a heart attack during Monday Night Football. Rock T will have the latest Inside Sports right after the news. But in politics, Republicans take control of the House today, but they must first elect a House Speaker. Representative Kevin McCarthy still doesn't have the support he needs from Republicans to take the spot. All action in Congress, even the swearing in of new members, could be on hold.
How does that... Oh, I'm sorry. You got audio? How does that work, Special K?
Okay, so McCarthy doesn't have the votes. He doesn't have the votes from the Republicans that he needs. He has 5 Republicans at least that are saying that they're not giving him their vote no matter what. So
that good or bad?
It's good for Democrats, it's bad for the Republicans. It's the first time in 100 and something years that there's going to be some type of a controversy or a battle.
So what are the Republicans' issue with Kevin McCarthy? Is it too Trumpy and
no, it's the Trump, it's the MAGA Republicans. There's 5 hardcore MAGA Republicans that don't want McCarthy in the position, and he's kissed their butts to the point that he thought that he was going to be able to win them over, but for some reason they just want to cause disruption.
Oh wow.
They're just a dysfunctional party at this point. You don't know what they stand for, and you don't know what they want. Like, you would think that he would be, you know, the guy that they would want, because he's going to do everything they want them to do. But they are so far to the right that even he's not bad
because
far
they feel
enough
like being okay. Wow. Well, we're gonna get into that. Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah, it's definitely something to follow, especially as we're heading, you know, into elections and seeing how it's going to keep the Republican Party united or divided. In other news, a major storm is making its way across the country. It's bringing the risk of strong tornadoes and flooding to the south, along with ice and snow to the plains and upper Midwest today. We were talking about this in the studio. Over 2 million people were under tornado watches across Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Oklahoma as of Monday night. Lastly, Ricky, with the new year comes a new host of new laws and regulations in states and cities across the country. Nearly half of all U.S. states will increase their minimum wages in 2023.
Oh,
yes,
right.
You okay?
Gary, I get a raise. I get a raise.
Thank you, honey. Yes, honey.
All right. Voters in Maryland and Missouri approved recreational marijuana for those 21 and older.
Brad, you heard that?
Yes.
Brad, you can be happy too.
And here's the last one I have for y'all.
I get a raise and you get to be high.
And here's another good one, y'all. The price of insulin for Medicare beneficiaries will be capped at $35 starting January 1st. So that's all good news.
All right.
Get more on these stories and other headlines at RickySmileyMorningShow.com. I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening.
Brett, that marijuana finna be legal, baby.
What? Calling a tree man right now.
All right, what you got? Don't shout, Brett. Don't shout.
Glory.
She hyped.
Yes, honey.
What you got, Rock Teasy?
All right, man, just continue, man. Thoughts and prayers are out for Buffalo Bills safety. Damar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest last night in Monday Night Football versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Currently in hospital. The current update is his vital signs are back to normal, but they put him to sleep to put a breathing tube down his throat. They'll continue to run tests, and we will continue to provide updates as we get them. So keep him and his family in prayer. Shout out to and rest in peace to soccer legend Pele. I don't know if you guys heard, he passed away last week from colon cancer at the age of 82. The only player to win 3 World Cups. Yes, he was nicknamed the King. He was one of our brothers, black African American soccer players, one of the greatest of all time. Played for Brazil, man. So rest in heaven, Pele. Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell dropped 71 points last night, career high. It's also a Cleveland Cavalier franchise record. It was the most points in a game since Kobe dropped 81 back in 2006, man. So Donovan Mitchell doing big things. It's my quick sports report right there. Brad got the hot spot up next.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the
B-R-A-T.
All right, it's the bottom of the hour, y'all. Time for the hot spot. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Oh, man. Angela Bassett's 16-year-old son, Slater Vance, had to issue an apology on Instagram Monday for participating in a TikTok trend, which one falsely claims a celebrity has died and films another person's reactions to the news. Vance told his parents that Bassett's Black Panther co-star Michael B. Jordan had died. He said, I would sincerely like to apologize to Michael B. Jordan's entire family, his extended family, and him directly, as he is an idol of mine. Vance said in a video, taking part in a trend like this is completely disrespectful. I don't wish any bad ramifications of this on my actions upon his family, nor my parents, as they deserve none of the backlash. Oh, that's crazy.
It's a sick TikTok challenge. I watched some of them.
Some of that stuff is crazy.
The kids will go in and tell their parents, or you go and tell whoever that so-and-so died. Oh, did you hear Bruce Springsteen died?
Get their
did you
reaction.
hear Barack? One of them was, they said Barack and Michelle Obama died in a plane crash, just to film the reaction of the parents and post it on TikTok.
No.
That's not, what's funny about speaking death on somebody's name? What's funny about that?
I would tear my kid up.
Yeah, me too.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Now, There's some things you just don't
play with.
Right.
Yeah.
That ain't funny.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, bro. Oh. Can't say nothing to him, though.
No.
No, you
Oh,
better
no.
not. Oh, no.
You can't correct this generation.
No.
Don't you dare say, let them express themselves and feel and do what they want to do so they can express themselves and da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah. Don't you dare say nothing. Yeah, we got to sit up here and take all their garbage and everything that they do. Don't you dare.
Ooh.
Don't you dare say nothing to correct none of these kids, or you will be crucified and nailed to the cross for not allowing them to tell people that other people died. They were joking.
That's sad.
Yeah.
They were joking. They're having fun. Leave them alone.
That's sad.
Huh.
And it's almost like, unfortunately, whoever needs to go through the backlash so this child or kid or their son can know that wasn't cool.
Right.
So, whatever happens from it, that's the consequence, unfortunately, and that's what you're going to have to deal
Then the
with.
parents take up for them.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yep.
That's the problem. But hey, like 30 years ago, you can't say nothing to nobody's kid, and here's what you got.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Well, y'all, on Monday, Ellen DeGeneres shared a touching clip from the last episode of her show to Instagram in honor of her longtime friend and co-star Stephen Twitch Boss. She said, I will forever be grateful that the show ended with Twitch by my side. She captioned the video, Boss died from suicide at the age of 40 in December. And in the clip, which originally aired in May of 2022, Twitch shared what he appreciated most about being a part of the show. What I'm feeling most of all is grateful and thankful. Everybody put so much care into this show because you stepped out in courage, and we appreciate you. DeGeneres responded by sharing how the pair always said I love you to one another every time they said goodbye. This atmosphere is a family, she added. Whew. I hate that her show had to leave. I mean,
she was so good.
She was so good. And it just...
Why did they cancel it? Because all that
somebody
drama?
said
was
it was
mean,
not a good work environment or something.
They said something else behind the scenes. So that's what...
But she can't get another show?
Maybe 2 or 3 people complained. And then that I think it depressed her.
Yeah, I think she got to the point. She's like, you know what?
It took away from her spirit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because when you got bad energy in there and you don't know how to move around the people that saying that you're a bad person or whatever, it what's the purpose?
And you got to see these people every day, and they work for you, and you've been paying them, and you just look at them like, really? That's how you feel about me? Why didn't you just come tell me?
But she may come back with another show. This is her second show. You remember they took
She
her
said
show
she
off
was on Instagram.
Well,
Did you see the
come back?
latest one? She said, I learned that staying in the house and doing nothing doesn't work for me, so I got a big announcement coming.
Yeah,
So.
but she probably don't need nobody, just herself.
But Gary, Brett, I can tell you something. Me and Gary, we used to work for Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve don't talk to you all the time. Sometimes you better learn how to pay attention to body language. I'm talking about Steve Harvey.
Oh, yes.
If it ain't got nothing to do with you. Exactly. It ain't about you.
They have things that they do and go through.
You can tell when Steve got something on his mind. When he got something on his mind, you go in the corner and do your thing and stop looking for validation.
Yes.
And go sit your ass down and be quiet.
Talk to you.
He'll talk to you when he's ready to talk to you. He's the boss.
Be happy you there.
He's the boss. He the one paying you, and you move when he move, and you talk when he talk,
just and like that.
And you can't say nothing.
But y'all are forgetting that in the era we're in now, you're not allowed to hurt people's feelings.
That's the problem.
That's illegal. You can't hurt people's feelings.
Because you have to adjust to that. But here's the important thing. Oof. It ain't personal. What if that man went through something or going through something? He walked through here, he ain't talking to nobody. That don't mean that he mad at you.
Right. But you just got through talking about it. We're in an era where people don't believe that you have a right to not have your feelings hurt ever.
I'm just glad that I was raised in an era.
Me too.
Where my grandmama would cuss my ass out.
Whoop me.
Whoop me. And correct me. I love who I am.
Yes. Go to school and get a whooping. How about that?
Come on. With a ruler.
Yeah.
Come on now.
With masking tape around it. Okay. We're in a sundress, boo.
Play
with it if you want to.
Okay.
In some public school system, you're not allowed to say no to a kid. In some school systems.
Yeah, you better go somewhere with that.
Man, please.
And what around the kids are running the school, and the teachers are afraid of the students.
Yeah.
Coming up next, y'all, we got to cut it off. Coming up next, y'all, we got Talk It Out Tuesday with Yanetta Spring, and we got the Praise Mix down. The time now is 24 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's a new year with lots of information and the most fun. More of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show